Okay, what I am going to do is I'm going to make an interactive PDF. Now, I've got InDesign open and I've pre-made a few things. In the master page, I've actually created what are going to be buttons that will go to these pages. And on the pages, I've just quickly numbered them just so that we know what they are. Okay. So also, just before I go too far, I'm just going to show you what I've set up. I've chosen a size for web, so this is screen size, and this is really important. And so I'm choosing this 1024 by 768 pixels, which is actually the dimension and size of an iPad. So just a handy size to use. So this is what I've done. I've built some pages, and as I said, I've got what is going to be the menu. I've put in the master pages, so that's quite important because this way the menu is kept in a consistent place throughout all the pages. So what I'm going to use some panels from the interactive area in InDesign. So I'm going to use hyperlinks, and I'm going to use buttons and forms. Okay, so I'll just keep those there. So it's very important that we do things in a particular order. So what I'll do is I'm coming into my pages, double click, I'm on page 1, and I need to make a hyperlink destination. This is really important. I'm going to give it a unique name rather than page 1. This way I'll know. Okay, double click just to make sure I'm there. This way I'll know that these destinations are ones that I've created as custom. Okay. I mean, they might you might name the pages table of contents, cover. Now I'm going to make a sub menu from page 1 to go to page 2. So I'll just call this one page 2 of the chapter. So I'll just call this 1, 2. Okay. All right. So that's really important to have done. So I'll just close up my hyperlinks, and now I'm going to create some buttons. So to do that, I've made these buttons in the master page. Now, what I have, I'm doing this deliberately, I've actually got 2 components. Now I want these buttons to actually work as we roll over. Now, because I've got 2 components, I need to group them together. So object and group. So I'll do this first. Command G, of course, is the shortcut. Okay, so now this is where I actually make the button. So I've selected it. I've got my buttons and forms. I'll choose button. I'm just going to use some old language, so I'm just going to call this 1_btn. This is old Flash action script language, this _btn. This, when I see these buttons in the layers or sub-menu, sub-layers, I'll actually know what they are. The actions, I'm going to a destination, and now the destination is 1. I'm going to make it have a rollover. So I'll click on this. So this is what it will look like with the rollover, but in the normal, this is where I go in and do my changes. So I'll make that number disappear. and I might just flip that. So when I roll over it, going from a stroke circle to that. Okay, I'll just put it back to normal. Okay, this one here, make it again, do the same thing, button, action, go to destination, let's go into 2, roll over, normal, double click into it, down to 0. I could make it so they, as I roll over them, they fade from up, so maybe fade up from 50% to 100%. There's different ways that we can make rollovers, and it just shows people that it's an interactive, it has interactive content. Okay, double click. I've got to double click in there because remember it's grouped. Okay, that's made. And this one, button. All this setup is really important. Okay, oops. Button. Okay, didn't go quite right just earlier, but that's fine. 4, okay, so that's going into the right place. Roll over, come back to normal. Bring this down. And flip. Okay, so now let's save this. And so I'll call this, I'll just call it test interactive PDF. Okay, I'll just pop it onto my desktop and I'll save it. And now I will export it. File, export, and it's exporting as an interactive PDF, very important. Okay, save, yep, we'll go export. Now, what I'll do is I need to view it, so I need to come into my desktop. I need to open this up in Acrobat. So here it is, open with Acrobat. Okay, should be opening up, and here we go. So here's our pages. I'll roll over. Okay, a bit of a catch up. This is what happens with recording things. Anyway, okay, and there we go. Okay, so there's our rollovers and our pages. So there we go.